Hello, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So for today, what I will discuss with you is all about effective communication. So for my overview, what I will discuss with you is the function of communication, communication process, communication fundamentals, and the key communication. No, so it also includes the control, motivation, emotional expression, and information. So as you can see here, no, in my diagram, I have the receiver as the process of communication. So I have my source. Pag sinabi nating source, these are the following people who is communicating or the communicator itself. And then the encoding, channel, and the decoding. Okay, when we say encoding, this is a process on how we transfer our idea and thoughts. And then the channel, no? So, the channel is the person itself receiving the message. Decoding, ito yung perception on how he or she evaluate your thoughts and messages. No? And then, tapos nyan, feedback na. So, we also have communication fundamentals. So, in communication fundamentals, we have directions. So, meron tayong downward communication, we also have upward communication, and then we have the crosswise communication. For the networks of communication, we also have formal versus informal. Okay, when we say formal, this is the formal way of speaking, the formal way of communication. For example, no, you wanna ask the name of someone to know him or her. Sabihin mo sa kanya, what's your name? Okay? So, for informal, pwede mong sabihin, ano ba? For informal in English, pwede mo siya sabihin, your name is, what's your name? Sa mga ganong words. No, or for example, for formal, you will say happy. For informal, so gagamit tayo ng mga words and sentences na talagang medyo different siya sa kinasanayan, no? Sabihin mo, pwede mong sabihin na ano ang tawag dito? I'm happy. Pwede mong sabihin na ang saya, ganun, 'di ba? O another word. For example, beautiful. Okay, the word beautiful is formal. 'Di ba? Pero pag informal siya, pwede mong sabihin na majonda. Mga ganong words. O, another example. O, ganyan. Ano. Okay, for example, no, formal. I'm going outside. Okay, for informal, gogora na itech. Mga ganon. So, the word is informal. No? So, sa formal, mas madali siyang maintindihan kasi it is traditional, classical way on how are you going to communicate. Well, for informal, hindi siya classical way, di ba? Okay, so these are the networks of communication. We have the chain here. You also have the wheel, and we have the channel. Okay, when we say chain, so from the communicator, okay, for example, no, sa organization, example, natatrabaho na tayo from the boss, supervisor, the supervisor, manager, tapos ikaw mismo. Okay, so pag wheel naman, for example, the boss, ito si manager, ito si supervisor, ikaw, at saka si engineer. This is the wheel. Ang center ng communication is si boss. Next, we have channel. So, before the decision making, so we have the boss here, manager, supervisor, and etc. Exchanging of words and thoughts to form decision. Ganyan. We also have here barriers of effective communication. So, filtering. We also have selective perception. So, kadalasan kasi kapag na-adapt na na-absorb natin yung mga thoughts and idea, nagsaselect lang tayo doon ng mga gusto lang nating perceptions. No? Minsan nagiging bias siya, di ba? And then we have emotions. Kapag galit na galit ka, di ba? There is tawag dito, nagkakaroon ng constraints sa pagbibigay ng feedback. Di ba? Galit na galit ka, pero hindi mo pwedeng sabihin galit na galit ka, no? So, one of the constraints and barrier is emotions, feeling, and then the language. Next, we have key communication skills. These are the following, strategies on how are you going to communicate. First, listening skills. So, pakinggan mo muna kung ano yung sasabihin sa'yo bago ka magbigay ng tinatawag na feedback skills. Yung feedback, yung reply mo. And then, after that is presentation skills. This is how you understand the thoughts and ideas that had been absorbed by your mind. Ang tawag dito ay presentation skills, no? So, we have basic communication skills like listening, speaking, reading, writing. Diba? This is the first order to fourth. And when you speak, second order to third. And when you read, third order to second. And when you write, fourth order to first. Okay? So, what is the meaning of it? Listening is with the mind. Kapag ikaw ay nakikinig, na-absorb siya ng utak mo. Hearing is with your senses. Kapag ikaw naman ay nakakarinig, ang ginagamit mo yung tenga mo, no? Tenga mo at yung other senses mo pa para ma-absorb mo yung ideas. So, next, listening is conscious. Okay, when you listen, gumagana yung utak mo. At ang nabubuhay dyan is yung conscious mind. And then, an active process of eliciting information through ideas, attitude, and emotion, and also through interpersonal and oral exchange. Pag sinabi natin interpersonal and oral exchange, ito na yung pakikipag-usap. Meron naman tayong tinatawag na fallacies about listening. So, example nito, listening is not my problem. Listening is hearing are the same. So, sabi dito, yung pakikinig daw at yung naririnig ay pareho lang. Mali yun, no? Ang pakikinig ay ina-absorb ng utak at yung hearing naman na sinasabi ay yung basta narinig mo lang pero hindi inabsorb ng utak mo. Good readers are good listeners. Falsies din yun. May good readers na hindi naman sila magaling makinig. Next, meron pa. Smart people are better listeners. So, sa pagkakaalam natin, kadalasan ng mga matatalino, sila yung magaling na listener. Pero hindi. Kadalasan kasi ng mga matatalino, sila yung may mga sariling advocacies at sila yung may mga sariling concept na nabubuo sa sarili nila, sa utak nila. So, hindi sila 100% na good listener. Next, listening improves age. Hindi din. Falsies din yun. Learning not to listen, thinking about what we are going to say rather than listening to speaker, talking when we should listen, hearing what we expect to hear rather than what is actually said, and not paying attention. Preoccupation, prejudice, self-centered, and stereotype. So, ang pakikinig daw ay depende daw sa ating kabisihan, sa ating pagtingin, o yung tinatawag nating prejudice, sa pagtingin sa mga bagay-bagay, yung tingin natin sa ating sarili, at tingin natin sa ating kapwa-tao. Sabi nga, listening skills are difficult to learn. So, yung listening skills daw ng bawat tao ay napakahirap daw pakinggan at pag-aralan. Alam niyo bakit? Kasi hindi lahat ng tao na nakikinig, pinapasok nila sa utak nila kung ano yung pinapakinggan nila. We also have stages in listening process. So, we have the hearing, o yung ginagamit mo yung tenga mo sa pakikinig. Focus on the message, comprehending and interpreting. Okay, so halimbawa may nagsabi sa'yo na maganda ka, so bukod sa na-hear mo siya, no, pinakinggan mo or focus ka doon sa message ng messenger at inilagay mo siya sa utak mo. At dahil sinabi nga sa'yo na maganda ka, na-interpret mo na talagang maganda ka. Tapos na-analyze mo at na-evaluate mo na talagang maganda ka kasi syempre matangos ang ilong mo, matangkad ka, maputi ka, based on their perception. At dahil sa na-evaluate mo yung sinabi niya, nag-response ka ngayon. Nag-response ka ng thank you. This is the way on how you reply. No? Nag-respond ka. And then right after, na-remember mo yung sinabi niya. Okay? So, these are the following stages of listening. Diba? We also have the barriers, environmental barriers. Pag maingay, no? Environmental barriers yun. Psychological barriers, pag marami kang iniisip or masyado kang preoccupated. Psychological barriers, pag may problema ka sa pag-iisip, so kahit anong sabi sa'yo, hindi mo agad-agad ma-absorb. Selective listening, o sineselect mo lang kung ano yung mga words na gusto mong pakinggan. Negative listening attitude, no? Doon ka lang sa mga negative side na nakikinig. Diba? May mga ganun yung utak natin eh. Personal reactions and poor motivations. These are the following barriers of active listening. Sabi nga, how to be an effective listener. What you think about listening. You should understand complexities of listening. You have to prepare to listen. You also have to adjust the situation. Focus on the ideas and key points. Capitalize on speed and differential. And organize material for learning. So, paano ka ba magiging good listener? So, take a moment to be quiet. Okay, and then when you take a moment, that's the first way on how are you going to prepare. Ano i-prepare mo? Prepare to listen. And then right after, halimbawa nakikinig ka na, you have to adjust the situation. How are you going to adjust the situation? You have to focus. So, ipasok mo sa utak mo lahat ng pinakikinggan mo. That's one way for you to adjust. And then, kapag napasok mo na siya, focus on the ideas. Mag-focus ka sa kung ano yung mga ideas na pwedeng maganda na sinasabi ng communicator. And then, capitalize the speed differential. I-capitalize mo kung ano yung mga pinaka-importanting bagay lang na pwede mong pakinggan. And then, right after, organize your thoughts. Diba? What you feel about listening? Okay, unang-una, want to listen. So, dapat gustong-gusto mo yung papakinggan mo. Delay judgment. Makinig ka muna bago ka magbigay ng verdict. Admit your biases. Don't tune out dry subject. So, wag kang mag-tune out o magdi-disseminate ng hindi magandang mga subjects, no? And then you have to accept the responsibility of understanding your co-individual. And let him or her encourage others to talk. Diba? So, kapag nakikinig ka, encourage someone to give feedback. No? Para mas maganda yung communication skills. What do you do about listening? First, establish eye contact with the speaker. Siyempre, kung ikaw ay nakikinig, kailangan nakatingin ka sa speaker. Kung hindi ka nakikinig, huwag kang tumingin sa speaker. Pero, much better, no? Kung gusto mo talagang ma-absorb yung sinasabi ni speaker, tingnan mo siya eye to eye. Take note effectively. Be physically involved with the listener. So, kung ikaw ay nakikinig, kailangan kaharap mo siya, no? Hindi yung medyo malayo yung distance nyo. Avoid negative mannerisms. Ano ba yung mga negative mannerisms natin? Kung saan nakatingin. No? Very awkward yun. So, i-avoid mo yun. Exercise your listening muscles and follow the golden rule. Okay? So we have the feedback skills. We have positive versus negative feedback. Positive feedback is more readily and accurate than negative feedback. Positive feedback fits what more people wish to hear and already believe about themselves. Negative feedback is more likely to accepted when it came from credible source, if it's objective in form. Subjective impression carry weight only when they came from a person with high status and credibility. So that's all for my topic for today. So I guess you have learned a lot from my discussion. So see you again next week. Paki gawa na lang yung module natin. Thank you and stay safe.